Hi everybody, my name is Shannon. Welcome to my channel, Another Yarn. Thank you so much for joining me today. I greatly appreciate it. Today's been amazing, absolutely fantastic. My mother-in-law's in town. We got a chance to go running around, gallivanting, doing some fun things. The weather is crazy here in Colorado. Storms, hailstorm yesterday, got a little thunder going on, some storms, puppies going nuts. If we're lucky, he's gonna jump in my lap during the video. Anyway, this is my Monday video. And Mondays, I like to show all the stuff that we've made. And guess what? It happened. It finally happened. It is the whip explosion. And that is when a lot of things I've inched along and I'm working on these big projects and they're not getting done. And a lot got done this week. It is the whip explosion. We've been talking about it. It's not a myth. It has really happened. It is here. So I've got things finished and I'm hoping that you don't hear all the extra stuff. It is thundering outside. We've got like 9 people downstairs at the kitchen table playing all sorts of board games and stuff. I can't close my door because the puppy will scratch at it because of the thunderstorm. And he is like 2 feet from me, ready to jump my lap. So anyway, that's what we have going on. And I wanted to get this video done because I didn't want to hold off. I mean, this is the whip explosion. Now, I have some ends that need to be tied in. Yeah, I was out and about today, so I brushed my hair. You can tell when I brush my hair because it's really a lot fuller. You know, when you've got curl in your hair and you brush your hair, it looks like this. This is me brushing my hair. I actually brushed it. So, yeah, that's it. Anyway, let's see. So we're going to start with the whip that I have, the one that I didn't get done. I wanted to, but I wasn't able to. And that is this gorgeous boho sweater. This is Lotus Summer, and it is a free pattern on the Hobbii website, Hobbii. And I generally link it from Ravelry because Ravelry will take you to the exact page on Hobbie's website as opposed to trying to find it on Hobbie's website. And obviously you can use Hobbie's yarn. I used Joann Big Twist boho yarn. That's why I call this my boho sweater. And I didn't get any farther than yesterday. But there is my sleeve. Yeah, I am on to the sleeves. I have one sleeve that is close. I tried it on yesterday. I've got about that much more. And here's my other sleeve. But I have the full sweater and I am loving this. I really am. I have that much yarn left. That is so much. This is fine yarn. That is so much yarn. Oh my gosh. That is so much yarn. So plenty of yarn. This whole thing, this is my second skein. That's some serious yardage on there. So obviously I didn't get this one done. I was so pushing. I really was. But there are so many other things that I was able to accomplish and thrilled with that. Another one that you saw during the week, this is the Fairy Maiden socks. And these are done. And this is Opal yarn. Opal is a fantastic, when I do this, you can see the color of the sock, but then I turn yellow, whatever. But it is a fantastic sock yarn. It's good, hard-wearing German sock yarn. Absolutely love it. And this is pair 2 that gets to go into my bin, which is good because today I have given away 2 pair of socks. I know. They were already in the bins, things that just didn't get picked. So I gave one to my mother-in-law and I gave one to my niece. And they're here visiting because, you know, we got family in town, which is wonderful. Absolutely love that time. They were not able to be with us for Christmas. And this is another reason why I like to get 10 pair done. I know I have my dedicated ones that I'm giving away at Christmas to my family. That's my adult children, their spouses, my husband, my mother-in-law. She just got hers because she showed up. And, you know, I like to have some extra on hand for others. And that's what my niece got, was that. So love that. So I've got the 2 pair that I've made this year. This is my second pair, you know, that get to go in the bin. Yes. And this is a fun pattern. This is a free pattern. Look at that. Oh, can you hear that? Can you hear that? Oh my gosh. So that's a free pattern and it looks like owls. I didn't notice that when I first picked the pattern, but it's a fun one in that there's 3 pattern rows, 3, and then you have 5 plain rounds. And it's very encouraging. It's like, oh, I can do one more. I can do one full, you look at that, from the little holes right there, I can go from there to there. I can do one full repeat, right? Well, this whole sock, this is for one of the girls, is 15 of these, you know, all the way to the toes and then doing the toes. It's like, I can do one more. I can do one. It's such an encouraging pair. This one, I think it was 14, 15 days, somewhere around there, and I got the full pair done, which for me is spectacular because I do other things too. And socks are a big project. They don't look like they're a big project, but they are a big project. Come on, buddy. Come on up. Oh, you just want to hang with me? Okay. He's right at my feet. So another one that I got done, and I think you saw this one earlier. This is my granddaughter's sweater. This was based off of a pattern called Brick by Claire Lee, which is a free pattern, and that is an adult size sweater with this gorgeous, I love this, right? This nice crew neck. And I used that one, and I was getting a lot bigger gauge, so I know the pattern. I could look at what they're doing, predictive things, and I made it smaller, but it was definitely based off of her pattern. Love this. This right here is a Hobby Lobby yarn, and I trimmed it with Big Twist Value in the sapphire color and did an I-cord edging around here. Here's the yarn. This I had 4 skeins. I used 3 for the sweater, and she's a very, very petite 9-year-old. This measures to like an 8 to 10-year-old size, and it is big on her. So she's gonna get plenty of time to grow into this. He is at my legs. He's so scared. This is the Hobby Lobby Soft and Sleek. I did get it on one of their clearances. I think their clearance is going on now. I have seen other podcasters showing some of the clearances. I have not gone to check. I have taken so much advantage of the Joann going out of business that I just can't even go and check out and deal with the Hobby Lobby stuff. And truthfully, I haven't really used a lot of my Hobby Lobby yarns. I'm using it now, which is good, but I don't need to collect a bunch more because I didn't use the first couple go-arounds. But this is it. This is her sweater. And because it's so big on her, I did not decide to do the kangaroo pouch. I thought about putting a little pouch right there. But this is almost like a dress for her. So we're going to just leave that off. She loves it as is. So that is super exciting. Finished. I got a sweater finished. I know. Especially since my brown sweater now needs longer sleeves since I found yarn. Oh, thought I had 2 of my sweaters done. Really not. But at least I got the yarn. I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And then this. Yeah, I finished one of the blankets for Noah. Look at this. This is one of the Yarn Arts cotton cakes. And if you don't want to buy it on Yarn Arts, Hirschner's has their self-striping cotton cakes. They call them mill ends. They don't have the little label on them, and you don't get to pick your color. But a lot of times they'll have those 2 for $14.99, and then they also run shipping deals like 35 cents for shipping, you know, or free shipping for $35, you know, or more. So that is a great way to get that. I'm not affiliated with anyone, just telling you different ways that you can get one of these cakes of yarn. I bought this one off of Etsy. If you go to Etsy and you just type in Yarn Arts cakes, you'll get more than just the Yarn Arts cakes that show up. And then you can go through them and see who's selling it and what's the shipping. And then even you can also try Amazon and go through the yarn cakes. Amazon has the Shepji's, if that's how you say that, I don't know, cakes. They have the Yarn Arts cakes. They have quite a few. And then you decide what's a good price, because the prices go like this, skyrocketing to, are you kidding me, to, oh my gosh, that's a bargain, right? You know, so you just don't know. And it can go that from day to day. But those are some different ways to look at it if you wanted to try the yarn and didn't want to break the bank. Because if you go to Hobby's website, their cotton cakes, if you're not getting it on sale, they're like 30 some odd dollars, and that's a lot of money. So I didn't do that. This pattern is called the Gracie pattern. It is a free pattern on Ravelry. Love it. There are a couple differences I did, like, and one of these things, you know, one of the repeats, I missed a row. That's okay. I missed a specific pattern row. I was supposed to do something and I didn't. That's okay. I just went with what I had and corrected. And then when I was running out of yarn, I did 2 rows that I thought would look kind of pretty, and there you have it. They just, you know, we're crocheters. We can put some clusters around the edge of something and call it good. And that's what I did. And I had very little. I mean, I had very little yarn left. I used all of it and happy with that. So this is stunning. My husband was 100% correct with putting it as the yellow for the center. This cake was wound. Here's an example. I'm gonna grab one. This cake had the blue in the center and the yellow on the outside. And you can see I've got, this is a Yarn Arts cake also, and it has a little easy tab start, right? Hey, there you go, start there. And I could have started with that. And he said, honey, if you do that, it's gonna look like a black hole. I'm like, oh, I don't want that. No. So started with the outside edge with the yellow, and now it looks like the sunshine going out to the night sky. And he was so spot on. It's beautiful. And I can't wait to give it to him. I think it's just wonderful. So I got something finished. Oh my gosh, that is so cool. So that's the 3 things right there. I just showed you this thing. And yep, so I'm excited. And then look at this. It needs to be blocked. Oh, this is the Spreading Vines shawl. This is a paid for pattern. I could not remember the name of it. One of you kind people, let me know the name of it so then I could go ahead and grab that pattern again and finish this shawl. And it is stunning. It is a completely reversible shawl. Yeah, that on both sides. And the pattern uses a sport/DK weight, I believe. I did mine in fingering weight, so it is smaller. It hasn't been blocked. It is a majority of it is garter stitch, and garter stitch isn't going to curl. Okay, so it's got that, even without being blocked, it's not curling on itself like stockinette stitch is going to do. So yes, I can block this one. I'm not as much like I have to block this one, because garter stitch, just by its nature, it's, you know, even you've got the same amount of knits and purls on each side, it's balanced. It's a balanced stitch. It doesn't curl. So I don't know. I may or may not block this one. I don't know if I really need to, but it's, yeah, it blends. Look, I'm wearing my purples. It blends. And, you know, doing this one's, oh my gosh, this one is perfect for the headscarf, because look at that. It goes down. You know, if you do that, the headscarves, and I always do this, but I don't tend to wear it out like that. And I just think that looks amazing. You know, just, oh my goodness, that is stunning. So I like that. And like I said, with that big diamond that hangs down, I don't know if you can see it because I can't see the back of my head. But with that hanging down there, that is perfect for this. So if you're into wearing a headscarf for any reason, I mean, fashion, this is beautiful. Just gorgeous. This is a perfect pattern to do it in. And I did size 3 needles, I think, is what I was using on this. It wasn't on, I couldn't remember the size needles I was using, let's put it that way, because I took out the size because they were interchangeables, and I needed them for something. And what I put back on it was size 10s, knowing that I know I obviously didn't knit with size 10 needles, but I used the 10s as like a stopper. So then I was guessing which size did I really have on here. So it's either 3s or 4s. I do know that. But there you go. Finished. And again, I don't even know if I'm going to bother blocking this. Oh, this one was one of my Tackle It projects. It was many, many years old. And I had one full side done. I had the center diamond done. And I was about right there on the second side. And all of this is what I did since pulling it out of the bin. That is amazing. Yeah, that is so cool. So it's done. It's done. Oh my gosh. There you have it. That is cool. So exciting. And then look at this. It's finished. Oh, this needs to be blocked. I didn't have a chance to block it. And the other reason, I also wanted to show you how much yarn I used and what I had left. This is the colored portion of what I'm using is the Metamorphosis sock. And I'm using the Starry Night color. This one's the Corn Snake. So you can see how that's wound and you got the dark stuff on the outside, right? Here we go. This is all I had left. Can we see that? See that thread? Right there. That's it. That is all I had left. I used every single bit. You can't get much. That, talk about yarn chicken, right? Talk about yarn chicken. That is it. So the Starry Night And then you also look at, see that bob right there? That little bit? That is the lace yarn. I had one full 50-gram hank of lace yarn, and I used all but that little bob right there. That is all that wasn't used. That's it. And I used all of the full 100-gram hank of that in the Starry Night colorway. And look at this. Look at that. So this needs to be blocked so then that lace right here really stretches like how I'm holding it. That stretches out. The rest of it is a field of the garter stitch and edged with the ribbing. That doesn't necessarily need to be blocked as much as that top. That top really needs to be blocked. So I'll end up soaking it, pinning out the top, and just laying the bottom. I won't really pull it out, pull it tight or anything. I'll let it do what it wants to do and leave it like that. This shawl is so amazing. I should have left that pinned up. But look at this. It is one that just drapes amazingly. It is so stunning. I like for me personally, the rectangle shawls, or like this is a crescent. This is everything that I had dreamed of, hoped of, or what have you when I first got the Metamorphosis Malabrigo. I love my Malabrigo yarn. The Malabrigo Metamorphosis sock in the Starry Night. This is what I had dreamed up. And then I wanted to use, this is the sunset color. This is lace. It's the sunset color of the Malabrigo lace yarn. And I used it doubled to get it more to the size of that fingering weight yarn, right? So that's what I did. I doubled that. And that is, let me stand up. Look how gorgeous that is. It hugs nicely. It drapes. This is, again, not blocked, but I don't think I could be happier, and I'm thrilled. Look at that. That's the I-cord edge that I put around the lace, which I think really helps to integrate this color with the rest of this, because they're not the exact same color, but I think it really helps to bring that in as a finished piece and incorporates it into the design. I don't think I could be happier with this. This is what I had envisioned. I wanted to use all of the yarn because you look at like this, there's not as much of the dark, the dark, it's not black, but you know, the very, very dark. Well, it's the same on this one. There's a little bit more of it, but I wanted to get to using every bit of that, because when you see it in the skein, it's all of it that is what you fall in love with. And it's easy to, whatever your pattern is, to use up to that much. I'm like, but you know, in this one, if you're only using to that much, you've got the golden and some of the pink, but you're missing all of this brighter color. And part of the reason you fell in love with the skein is for the whole effect of all of it. So this particular pattern, this is the Pleiades pattern. It's a perfect pattern for it. My modifications were doing 2 sections of the lace. It is a paid-for pattern. And what they have you doing is starting right here at this tip, and you're increasing. You're making that leaf. You're increasing. You're starting a little tip, and you increase into a triangle. So when I got that first triangle done, I think I did 1 or 2 rows, and you know, it made it kind of intuitive. And then I repeated that a second time, so I would had 2 full sections of the lace, and then I continued to follow the pattern. And then I did the same for the decreases on the other end once I got as long as I wanted to with this. So I was able to get everything that I wanted this to be. I used all of my yarn. I mean, that is amazing just to have that. Now that I unpinned it, it's full. But this little bit, this little bob of the lace, that's not a lot. And then, you know, not even 2 feet left of the other color. That is crazy. Really happy with that. And now I feel like I can actually start one of my other somethings. I've been trying to get some stuff done, and I think I've done an amazing job this week. I mean, look at that. I mean, that is just, look at, is it as stunning as what you were thinking it was going to be? I mean, this lays and drapes, and it's gorgeous, and it's perfect. And how does this one work as the headscarf? Because evidently I like to do that while I'm filming. That little piece of yarn, because we did that before. Oh, wow. That is stunning too. Look at that with the dark going on the back. That is stunning. That is just beautiful. Oh my goodness, that is gorgeous. I think if you were doing the headscarf, this one with that larger diamond on it works out amazingly because it really covers more of the back of your hair. If that's what you were looking at, if you're looking at fashion, both of these are amazing. Wearing however you want to wear, just having a little bit of the hair sticking out and all this gorgeous saturated color, that is perfect. Yeah, so this week it is a massive whip explosion to get all of these done. I mean, this is crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is this 5 things? Did I really get 5 big things done? These are socks are big. I'm telling you, socks are big. I got 5. This is the whip explosion right here. That is, I knew it was going to happen. Oh my gosh, I knew it was going to happen. I was so pushing and I was so diligent to not start, socks don't count. I was so diligent to not start anything new until some of this stuff got off the needles. And I'm proud of myself. I am so proud. I stuck to it. I stuck to it. I didn't start new things, and I really pushed on some of these larger projects. I knew it was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen. I was both happy and disappointed to find that brown yarn, because now I'm not done with the brown sweater, right? But that's all right. It's okay. It's going to be stunning. It's beautiful now. It's going to be stunning long sleeve. Wow, this is amazing. Did you guys have a stellar week? Are you guys close to the whip explosion? Because I know some of you are. You told me about it, and I was thrilled. I'm telling you, I was absolutely thrilled. And if you've ever had it, it's such an amazing feeling. All these things were just finally at that point where they were close enough that I just pushed to get every one of them done. Every single, just push a little harder. You can do it. And I'm really proud to do that. And this needs to be blocked. I need to block this. Once it's blocked and the ends are woven in, I will have to come back and, well, we know I'll show it again, but I'll have to show that again once it's blocked and ends woven in so you can really see. But I really did want to show you that. I mean, look at that. That's all there is. That is the end of the skein right there. I used all of it. There's no partial row. There's nothing. That right there, done. Absolutely done. So success on every single level. I cannot wait to put this one into the wardrobe. I cannot wait to wear this, and however I decide to wear this, whether it's just over the shawls or over the shoulders, because it's such a wonderful hugging shawl, whether I wear it in my hair, it doesn't matter. This is just so stunning. Look at that. That is just absolutely amazing. So lots and lots of fun. Let me know what your week was like. What did you get done? What did you not get done? Were you happy with yourself? I mean, give yourself a break. Don't criticize yourself. You've done great. But did you get what you wanted to get accomplished? I mean, that's really it. For me, I did. Do I do it every week? No, I don't. But you know that. You've been here and you've seen it. You knew it. You knew we were getting there. I didn't know when, but we were getting there. And even though my house is full right now, I can hear them. I hope it's not coming across on the camera. I had to come and show you. I had to come and show you and tell you about this. I didn't want to wait. I didn't want to put a little note going, hey, sorry, family's in town, no video. I wanted you to see this. This is so exciting. I just finished this. No time to block it. Yes, I had to share. I had to share. Well, anyway, with that, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. I'm going to enjoy being with my family and my little puppies laying at my feet and everything. And we're just going to go hug and snuggle and play. With that, everybody, I will talk to you guys later. You guys have a great day, night, evening, whatever it happens to be. Bye-bye.